There we go, some good stuff there from Nomad and G.
Nice.
As we get into this game one at the best of three between Team Spirit and Aurora. Loser is knocked out of the tournament. Let's see what we got here. Starting off, a bit of a setup, and a mirror not able to walk in and grab the bounty rune. Can he actually walk this off? He can't. Chains are there. It's going to be there we go. First blood for Rue. They'll be able to grab that Team Spirit.
Yep, of course, good start for them. We'll see if G's boys can help him with never having the feeling of losing again. But I like what I see. Kyo Takiyaki on the co-op. He's got a lot of backup, and this hero has looked very strong in this tournament.
It has.
You've got the new facet with the bondage, you've got the Donald to help you out, you've got the Snowball, you've got the Oracle. Oracle will tell you where all the runes are. But let's see, because yesterday's Spirit against BetBoom, I ain't gonna lie, they looked very disappointing to me. So
it was rough.
That they're looking a bit better today.
Yeah. Fresh day, fresh start. They have Team Spirit. See what they can pull out. And overall, what did you think of sort of the way that the two last picks came in? You know, Spirit going with the Morph, and then we have Aurora getting the Terrorblade out.
Both very happy, but I will have to say that Carry Poop was very starved. Even when it came to Spirit's last pick already, I wasn't too sure, but Morph did come out for Yatoro.
Top lane. And Nightfall should be feeling pretty safe here with the backup of Panto. Yeah, let's see what Collapse is able to pull out this game on his Death Prophet. Something we don't get to see too much from him in particular. I mean, obviously something that's it's been very popular as of late in general.
It looked very good like the earlier days, and of course we did see the nerfs come through, and then Gaimin, I believe they destroyed Tundra when they played it back-to-back. But this time around, it is an okay DP game. I wouldn't say it's great. Queen of Pain, very good against Death Prophet, as is TB. Just range heroes that can stand their ground with overwhelming damage. It's not really what you want to see if you're playing the Death Prophet.
Because yeah, I think all in all, it definitely could be one of those games where killing heroes for Spirit could be difficult with the amount of saves that Aurora has, right? Yeah, I mean, the Dawnbreaker, Toss Snowball, and of course the Oracle. A lot to happen. Mid lane, Maposhka comes in to help Lal out and getting that kill against Kiyotaka.
So he just moved over in daytime. They got the chain combo into the whippity-woppity and took out Kyo Daddy.
Seeing it as well. CS was pretty close between the two up to that point, but obviously getting that involvement in the kill here for Lal. It's going to have him feeling pretty good. Back down bottom. Trying to look for Mira, but not going to happen.
I will keep my eyes on the mid lane matchup, because of course when you have the dagger levels on Kiyotaka, it's important for Ember to try and dodge it. Mira trying to be very aggressive.
I would like to try and get back ground for the Lotus in a couple of seconds. See if he wants to keep trying to fight that against Maposhka. He won't get the chance to. Maposhka's able to get the pickup.
Mira is only level 1. Kind of needs to get level 2 on the deck, because only then you really unlock a combo of kill potential with the Dawnbreaker combo.
Mid lane. Have that little bit of an edge now, Lal, against Kiyotaka. Top lane. Trying for the setup on a Rue. Nightfall stepping in with the Metamorphosis, but hasn't got enough damage to kill Rue off from Rue. It's going to be Nightfall that has to be careful himself, actually. The damage that Collapse is kicking out might be just enough to get Panto. Panto, he's gone. Collapse gets the kill. And Nightfall's going to be left pretty low in this top lane.
Not great news for Aurora. You pop the fresh meta and you actually lose out on the fight. I mean, it is a very annoying lane to go up against Asta TV, at least as time progresses. Lots of spells that will be coming your way.
It's alright. It's going to be okay here with the shift.
Yatoro shouldn't really die. His hero basically is a counter pick to both the heroes from Aurora. You can always dodge the Starbreaker, you can get out of the Ice Shards.
Which is definitely, you know, a little bit of an issue, right, for Aurora, because I feel like you do draft this Dawn Tusk to try and get these kills in the laning stage. So when a carry gets through, that is not going to be vulnerable to that sort of setup.
It's definitely not. I mean, they did ban some of the better ones. I believe they banned out the Sven and the Tiny, of course, ones that also protect themselves. But what they have going for themselves is that they can play through Kiyotaka on the co-op. You can move the Tusk to mid. You have the Dawn ult later as well. So should be looking to play through Kiyotaka or maybe even the safe lane. we've seen a lot of that nighttime TP into the safe lane, like minute 5, you know, play through your safe lane as a Tusk, get a play done, and then move towards mid with both the supports for the first active rune.
Yeah, things starting to even up in that mid lane in particular. On the side lanes, a close start also. I mean, it's just a couple of CS behind in terms of the carry on Aurora's side of things in mid.
Careful.
He's going to be fine, but only just.
Can't quite reach him. It's still a big deal, because in 40 seconds we've got the active rune. Let's see if Kiyotaka wants to linger and stay low, or does he go back to base to TP and be ready for the rune?
He's got a couple of tangos to go through to get his health up a little bit in advance of that.
I mean, Larl has been doing a very good job at dodging like 2 or 3 daggers in a row, as Kiyotaka keeps trying to fake him out, but Larl ain't having any of it. Supports make their way to mid.
Yep, Brambles are going to be dodged. Larl, he's going to be able to set up with the Remnant and the chains into the whip there from Miposhka.
See you later.
Very neatly done there by Spirit. Panto should be all right. I mean, Miposhka's going to try and chase him down. Does have a whip and an impalement arts in a second. He's going to get his courier.
That's a courier.
At the least. I mean, Panto's still in trouble, potentially. Has got Mirror by his side, so Snowball save would be there. Miposhka knows it, won't try and push for anything.
Spirit are doing a good job, and also look at that. They're collapsing onto Nightfall, who's being pushed over by Collapse.
Oh, this is a bit of an awkward spot for him to be in. Nightfall, he's just walked over and died. What? Well, maybe they'll get something in return.
Yep,
They might get some trades. Miposhka will die. The chains are out on the 2 of them. Collapse coming in with the siphon damage.
Blinks on
Blinks
cooldown.
up in a second. He has to use the Sonic Wave to push them back. We'll get the blink off, but another Remnant's there on Larl, closing in. Not quite enough to kill Kiyotaka as he'll heal up with the bottle, but where was Nightfall going? He just wanted to come over and say hi.
He certainly did not take the right path for that play.
Well, meanwhile, down bottom, Yatoro continues to chill. Has Miposhka with the backup. And they might just be able to chase Toronto Tokyo down. Good control from Miposhka. Yatoro able to get involved with some action there. Miposhka making some very nice moves with how he's going between the mid and the bottom lane as this Ringmaster. Very aggressive in this early game.
Perfect movement from him, and really good spell usage too, as here we see Mr. Larl and Kiyotaka going at it again. It is a bit annoying at the moment for Kiyotaka to play this co-op. Lots of lockdown against him in this early game. Very easy for Larl to get the chains, either with the slide or with the Remnant combo. You've got Rue with the Brambles as well. They're on to Collapse.
He's going to try and heal up with the Siphons, but the overwhelming damage from the 3 of them, enough to secure the kill here for Nightfall.
It's absolutely good for Aurora to play through their safe lane against this DP. I mean, even with this death, Collapse still on the top of the net worth.
Yeah, he's getting a huge amount out of that top lane. 8-minute power rune. That's going to be down bottom. Spirit full control of the river for now. Arcane rune ready for Larl off the back of that pickup. So Aurora's got to be careful. This Ember Spirit ready to go wherever. And I mean, Mirror shows up in the mid. He's got the shards, but Larl's going to be able to stay on top of him very likely if he wants to go. Actually, his Remnant's still on cooldown, so, but the next slide changes there. Mirror knows it, tries to use the snowball to dodge a potential slide, but Larl's patient, gets the kill after the snowball.
Yeah, because it's not great news for Aurora. Usually when you play Dawnbreaker, you want to kind of control the other 2 lanes, but they have lost full mid control. And I like what Collapse is doing. The one area where Aurora is strong is their safe lane, so you just leave it, you go to mid, you empower your strong hero. Now, what is Aurora's response to this move?
Yeah, I mean, do you want to try and turn up and defend a tier 1 against an Exorcism? I don't think you do. You just sort of have to let this one go. As early as it is. You're not stopping this push.
Nope, you're just giving it. And look at the type of vision as well that Spirit already have. Both behind the mid tier 1 into the enemy triangle.
Well, he's got the setup. There's a lot of damage between these two. Larl and Miposhka. They've been doing a lot between the 2 of them from the mid lane and now ready to start taking the show across the map. Mirror tries to push them back with the shards, but the Sleight of Fist is there. These two, they're a nightmare to deal with, right? If Larl and Miposhka come looking for you, you're in trouble.
Yeah, and this is the dream type of Morphling game. You just sit in your safe lane, no one can really push you out, your team is owning the rest of the map. Yeah, Spirit, 3k lead at the 10-minute mark. I mean, if you're Aurora, should look towards Collapse again if you have the chance. Meta up in 20. You've got the Dawn ult. You would like to try and use it.
Lal, again with the setup. Toronto Tokyo a little bit beefier than the others, so he'll manage to walk it off. Still frees up the space for some pressure to come in onto the tier 1. They've got the fortification. Now, Aurora do have members around here, so might have a chance of pushing them back. Kiyotaka also hovering around in the area in case anything goes down. They'll opt to swing back to mid now that they see Spirit pulling back from that attempt at a tier 1 push bottom lane. Bit of a setup in the mid. I mean, Lal's coming back over, but Kiyotaka does have Panther behind him. Chains won't connect anyway. Got the amplified damage rune. Looking to play quite aggressive here, but won't be able to finish off any sort of kill with that. Lal can sit back, wait out the amplified damage timing.
Aurora needs to try and break out of the state of the map, but to be honest, it's not that easy for them because, like, Larl's Ember, they don't have the tools to deal with him at all. Which means wherever Kiyotaka is, if Ember is there, Larl just kind of puts a stop to this play. Spirit pressuring down bottom. To be fair, I could see Aurora go for a smoke, like just with Oracle and Quap, you smoke up to maybe even just Yatoro's lane. If they both come out of smoke and they combo the Sonic Wave with the Purifying Flames, I feel like you could at least snipe him out of the game once. Because right now this stalemate is... I don't think this helps Aurora at all.
No, it feels like if it continues at sort of this passive level, it's not like Spirit's going to be farming any slower than Aurora is.
Because right now, if you're Spirit, they're very likely talking about, okay, we've got the next EXO up, where do we go? You go and try and like collapse on the top lane onto Nightfall, take his tier 1. Likely after this active rune fight we will have coming up in 10 seconds.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
12-minute power in. Spirit again with control of the area. Lal and Miposhka finding another setup on Amira. See if Amira gets the help this time. Kiyotaka's moving over. Amira, they can't save him. Another kill for the two of them. Lal. And just not a chance really for Aurora to try and do anything around this mid. This area completely under Spirit's control.
As for now, yeah, Aurora not really looking to do too much. I mean, when it comes to the rune fights, they're looking at them, but their 3-man is just way weaker than Spirit's. Like, Lara's just kind of king on the map. Yatoro not being pressured either.
I'll be able to finish off the tier 1 tower. Aurora completely avoiding Spirit here for the early game.
I mean, maybe Aurora just looking for like the double blade mail on their Quap and Dom, but I do feel like when you have this meta, you could even look to bring Nightfall into bottom because your map is just kind of suffering. And they're not putting up a fight, at least as of now. Because now you've lost your mid tier 1, you've lost your bottom tier 1, which means the next EXO will start pressuring your safe lane tier 1. 40-minute Wisdom Shrine in 30. So do Spirit want to help top to help Collapse advance? Do they want to make an aggressive move bottom? Are they happy with the status quo and they just take the active rune?
Looking towards the mid, but Lal's got both Ruin and Poshka by his side. Two bursting pretty low, but the controls there. And the damage as well. Not easy for Kiyotaka to sort of front any attempt at a kill. Once again, Spirit having control of the power runes for Lal.
It's kind of sad. Like you're picking Oracle and you know where every rune is gonna be, and you can't contest any of them because you're just not strong enough to fight into Spirit. I mean, at least when I look at what Aurora are doing, they're content. Because every time meta is off cooldown, Nightfall, he's just insta-popping it to kill the neutrals. Which means they just want to scale into the game, get themselves closer to this Manta style.
Oh, and in the mid, This is what happens when they try and make something happen right now. Key Attacker goes for some action. Spirit, they just punish him. They're going to try and look in for more. Solar Guardian's coming in. Lal, he oversteps the mark himself in turn, though. So Aurora will at least get the mid-trade.
Yeah, I had to really pay attention because I didn't understand. How did Kiyotaka end up at the enemy tier 1?
I mean, he must have blinked him right. He must have gone for some crazy play.
Yeah, apparently so. They do get the turn kill on Ember, which is actually quite big for them. Yatoro makes his way up top. He's got his 50 items in the quick buy, turns into the TB, takes the enemy tier 1 tower.
Yeah, still able to sort of shake off that lead that Spirit have against them, Aurora. Trying to Tokyo, nothing crazy from him in terms of builds, just to play mail into the Aghanims. Key Attacker back in the mid. I'll definitely be a bit more careful next time round. Does look like they might have a chance of securing themselves the 16-minute power in this time though, Aurora.
They absolutely should, because Larl also decided to TP into the bottom side of the map, which means he can't really help Yatoro right now, being aggressed on.
See, they're hoping that it spawns top here, Aurora. Are they going to get lucky?
I mean, they should know, right? If they know how Oracle works.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, then
And indeed there won't be an explosive one though, just the Invis rune.
they're looking. That's one chain.
And get the blade mail off. Silence thrown in, does clip on towards the Oracle.
Aurora have held on pretty nicely, as Nightfall still up top did get to take the tier 1 towers, got the illusions there. In the meantime, you've got Toronto Tokyo in the bottom side, pushing that in.
Nightfall's heading over. Lal immediately away.
I mean, with his meta now, they can look into the mid tier 1.
That's some good moves here from Nightfall, enabling Aurora to put some pressure on. Aposhka trying to slow down this push, but won't be able to stop it. Another tower to be claimed by Nightfall within a minute. See what they want to go for next. As Aurora have entered into the jungle of Spirit. See if they can get some sort of catch, maybe onto Lal. A collapse, Amru by his side. Well, no, Key Attacker able to snipe Collapse's courier as it's making its way over.
I mean, Aurora don't have the most killing capabilities between the Oracle, Tusk, and the Quab, but with Panto behind Kiyotaka, he can at least play quite aggressive now. Of course, you can just take off the chains. If even more stuff happens, you can pull out the False Promise on the second route as well. Spirit have a good lane ward down here.
And they do mirror. Can they get the catch on him? They can. Chains are there. It's going to be mirror going down again. Same time, Aurora did continue to hover around the mid. Lal's going to TP over.
Active rune up top again, it looks like, for Mr. Kiyodaddy. This time a haste rune.
Maposhka. And won't show himself for now, but they will see that movement, so Yatoro will get the information that he's got to be careful up it. Of course, even if they do catch him, it's very difficult to kill this morph right now. With the Manta online.
They do have a Yules now onto Rue. So you do have a couple of layers of like kind of being annoying when it comes to the Oracle. You've got the Yules, you've got the DP Silence, even the Ring ult. Sure, maybe you false promise some guy out of a Bramble, but if they're stuck in the Ring ult, they will continue to look at it. I mean, Toronto, Tokyo, quiet game, but very high up on the net worth.
Yeah, he's going to hit that item timing with the Aghanims online very shortly. Here, pre-20 minutes on top of the Blade Mouse, and not bad at all from him.
They are giving Mira a little bit of space, which will let him complete the Blink Dagger.
Okay, Attacker. Looking to play aggressive. I mean, as long as he has the backup of the Oracle, he's going to feel very safe in doing these sort of moves. And very much trusting in Panto to bail him out of any aggressive jump he makes. So yeah, Toronto, Tokyo definitely going to be giving the go-ahead for the team to try and push for these plays. Now that he's ready to join with the Aghanim Solar Guardian.
They're looking on Larl mid.
Here's the setup. Solar Guardian follow-up. It's an easy kill.
Yeah, nice play.
Very nicely done. They want to try and turn this into more Aurora. Immediately in with the smoke up. Trying to join with Nightfall to maybe get the catch on to Spirit here. And Spirit were pushed up on this top lane.
Yeah, Toro TP's out. Ruse somehow weasels his way through all of them, but Miposhka, not so lucky.
So able to quickly turn that Ember Spirit kill in the mid to something else up top. Some good moves here from Aurora, which will now get them in the lead.
The last 30 seconds to 1 minute of macro, very nice. You go into mid, channel up the Fortune's End. On the blink reveal, you get the Ember, smoke top, get a kill, Tormentor. Very, very nice. It's also likely we soon seen Aurora kind of flip the map a little bit. The bottom side should start becoming more important because of the first Roshan.
Looking at the mid. Spirit, they've got the setup. I mean, Collapse is coming in from the side. Silence indeed coming in as the Panto key attacker. He'll get the self-fuels off, though. Change catches onto him, but the false promise is there. He turns with the Sonic Wave onto the two of them. They still want to try for him, but they can't kill this Quap anymore. Key attacker able to escape.
Needed a little more damage. They did have a good silence to kind of stop the backline, but I didn't even realize up until now, Lar's game has suffered a lot in the last like 10 minutes.
That's true, especially when you consider what sort of a start he was having and the kills that he was getting involved in. Spirit, they're going to go for a pretty quick play here, straight into the pit with the Exorcism. Are Aurora going to expect this? It doesn't look like they are. Yeah,
they are picking it.
Okay, Nightfall's heading over now. Can they interrupt? If Aurora's able to interrupt this, this is going to hurt big time for Spirit.
Meta used.
Collapse, stepping away from the pit, trying to draw attention away from it to give Yatoro space to finish it, but Mira, he's in with the jump. The Solar Guardian's coming in as well. Aurora going to be able to push Spirit out of the Roshan pit. Lal, he jumps in, but Nightfall's able to secure the Aegis. That'll cost Lal his life there. As he tried to jump over the pickup, I believe got the kill on the Roche Lal, but couldn't grab the Aegis before Nightfall gets it. Rue will go down. They do, by the looks of it, quickly take the Aegis out of the hands of Nightfall. Can they kill him a second time? Mira in trouble off to the side as Yatoro and Collapse will look to chase him down.
Blink in one. No mana though. So have to keep running.
Keep running. Look for the neutral tonight. He wants to keep running. He's got big dreams here, Mira. Feels that he can live.
And dreams are gone.
Maybe Duke the Crypt Swarm. That's not going to happen. So Spirit still cleaning up kills towards the end of that, despite the fact that it went a bit awkward. You know, they get pushed out of the pit.
Honestly, I thought they would
still got the kill on the Roche.
Yeah, I thought they would go better for Aurora. They force out Yatoro from the pit and pick up the entire Aegis, but then the fight got a bit separated, and did end up losing a couple of heroes.
Now Yatoro survives throughout it all. And Nightfall and Yatoro still very much at a very similar level of farm here, the two of them. Very close between the Morph and the Terrorblade. It's a slight lead at the moment for Yatoro.
Oh boy.
He's also working on, or he wants to work on his own butterfly on Nightfall, whereas Yatoro, he's got his about to be completed.
Looking at Key Attacker again in the mid. And constantly has Panto by his side. So the Guardian's back up as well for Toronto Tokyo, if anything goes down. And Spirit, they are going to look to try and make a move once more here between the two of them, Lal and Miposhka.
Aurora's team fighting is stronger, because now that you have some items that help you dish out the damage, all this defensive stuff you have in your draft with the Dawn-Old Snowball Oracle is really starting to shine. Not easy for Spirit to kind of cut through those.
Yeah, oh, maybe they find Panto.
This is what they need.
Yep, and they go on the back lines. Panto looking to protect himself for now. Does get clipped by the silence. Nightfall's ready to go with the Metamorphosis. Panto surviving. He's going to be fine. And now they turn with the snowball control on towards Lal. Lal's gone. The Terrorize pushes back Nightfall and Toronto Tokyo for now. And Spirit, they're going to commit him with Collapse and the Exorcism, but they'll just turn straight towards him. They're considering if they can kill him up, but the Wheel of Wonders laid down. Nightfall falling low. Toronto Tokyo is going to get left behind as he's caught by the wheel. Nightfall, can he find a good Sun to target? He's going to have to take the life of Mira. Gets the Sun on a Mira. Sonic Wave comes in on towards Miposhka, but the controls there. The roots catch on towards Nightfall. He's gone. Yatoro gets the double, and now he's ready to look over to Key Attacker as well. Key Attacker has to try and run. He'll dodge the Curse Crown hit with the Yules, but Yatoro chases on, cleans them up. Triple kill for him as Spirit get the team fight.
Well, Spirit used their heroes quite, like the way that they played around the Ringmaster was honestly really, really strong. Even with Nightfall, dishing out so much damage, ultimately it's just Yatoro who stands his ground, turns into the TB with the meta and his butterfly, and just kills everybody.
Yeah, it really does get so much out of that fight there, Yatora. And we see at the start here, it looks to be, again, not a bad beginning for Aurora, right? It takes Spirit so much to try and get Panto. This timing comes in for the Solar Guardian. Mira's got the punch up into the Snowball, into the Solar Guardian. Lyle gets dealt with immediately. But indeed, the Yatora, is stepping up. And at this stage, with Miposhka dropping the wheel down, it's just sort of impossible for Nightfall to get back in as he'd hoped to do the damage.
And Kiyotaka was so late to the fight. Maybe when he's there, where Spirit like angle into this like Lotus pool, maybe they could turn and fight. But yeah, he's not there. Wheel of Wonder comes out, and Aurora just have to like scramble.
Yeah, I mean the Sonic Wave, it does get them the kill against Collapse and Miposhka, but it's kind of everything else just doesn't matter if the Morph survives and kills everyone. Because if Yatora is able to do that, he's going to get closer and closer to being able to easily carry this game. A huge jump up in his farm, of course, off the benefits of that fight. He's now 3K plus ahead of Nightfall's Terrorblade. And this is moments ago, they were absolutely neck on neck. They were even. But now Yatora shooting ahead, level 20, 2 levels ahead as well. The more thing's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, last fight, you still had options. He didn't have a BKB. You can like clutch him out, or you can at least like force him to go out of the fight. Now with the BKB, they're on Laurel.
Coming in. Yatora's ready to enter into the fight. He's going to turn into the Tusk, try and use the Tusk power against Mira. He'll start punching into Kiyotaka. Kiyotaka will get the blink off. Brambles do trip up Mira, so Yatora is going to be able to claim another kill. Continues here as unstoppable.
This Morph is becoming very scary. Level 21, level 20 talent up available. It's got the gunpowder, more attack speed, more night vision also.
Kiyotaka looking for the backlines. Has Sonic Wave at the ready. But they had to, I mean, what do you do about the Morph? How are Aurora going to approach these next fights with this Morphling in mind?
You can still try to go around. So if you start on him, even if you don't kill him, if you force him to morph up all the way, you can then like at least ignore him for a little bit. But for now, let's see, what's Nightfall's progression looking like? Yeah, he's closing in on Ascari, so that will be one of their timings to try and go about it.
They have to have some sort of answer or way to play around it, because even though the numbers are close, they're only 2K behind it. It very much is the situation that if in these team fights they don't have some sort of way to avoid Yatora or keep him out of it, he will kill them all.
I mean, Aurora's they've got the damage, but not the most lockdown. They really rely on this blink, snowball, punch into the Solar Guardian to get a guy killed, but after that, you're playing into DP Ember Morph. Very elusive course.
Rip. Got the setup, but Panto's ready to help out.
They've got to be kind of careful. When they force out this Yules, if Miposhka pops the Wheel of Wonder behind into the whip, Kiyotaka could be in trouble. Skadi complete on Nightfall.
I'm looking for Collapse. It's a tricky one to get there. Does have Blink, BKB. He's able to TP back over to Tier 2, so Collapse will get away from that effort of Aurora to check out the top corner of the map.
Mira tried to get the Shrine, but Collapse will secure it to get himself to level 3 ult.
No, got eyes on Nightfall coming in.
I mean, the Skadi is cool and all, and of course it's strong, but I still feel like they do lack... They're gonna lack some damage. Just because Spirit can kite them out quite well. Collapse also 2500 HP. He's got the Gale Guard, he's got a Ghost Scepter queued up with the BKB. Of course, you've got the box also to bail them out. Well, the numbers say it's a 2K lead, but I think if you're playing this game right now, you feel a little more behind than that if you're Aurora.
Yeah, it definitely feels that Aurora are going to be much more terrified of the Morphling than Spirit are of the Terrorblade right now. Oh. Easy man to dodge. They're going to try and chase on, but backup's on its way here for Yatora.
Ooh, that's an early meta.
They'll get the fear as well to push back Nightfall. Just get removed here by Panto. Kiyotaka still trying to chase on. Will get the setup on him at Miposhka, so they'll get a support kill, but they will not get the chance to tackle Yatora. Turns into the Quap, blinks away himself.
Let's see if Aurora can get more. They're
still trying to chase.
Yeah.
But it morphed into the Quap. There's no chance of outdoing the blinks that Yatora himself can use to get away.
Oh, it's an instantaneous Roche respawn. And they just used meta for one support kill. If Spirit scout this out, they will immediately want to force Aurora into a fight.
Jump in the mid, but Lal already got the sleight of fist off. Mira went pretty deep for that one. Aurora's got to start running now because Lal, Yatoro, and Collapsed could look to be hot in the chase here. And if they indeed check out that Roshan, they will definitely fancy their chances stepping into the pit and taking it.
Well, they'll certainly see it walk over towards the bottom side of the map now.
Two of them still seeing if they can get the setup onto Kiyotaka. He's got Panto behind him. On the tower. Going down here, so 30 minutes in. All the tier 2's taken out by Spirit. Aghanim's online for Lal.
It will be Roche and Spirit see it. If you're Aurora, you gotta let this go.
Yeah, you can't get over it in time. And as you say, especially with the fact they don't have the meta back up yet.
It's also the correct choice from Nightfall to swap up his item build. I believe he had a Pike queued up first or something like that. You need something bigger and better. You need this MKB. You need to stand your ground and either force the DP or the Morph to run away or die. If they get to keep running at you, your entire lineup falls apart on Aurora.
Just on Yatoro. Let's see how Aurora deal with it. As we're seeing here, they do have the farm Aurora to match that of Nightfall. But do they have the right setup and tools to deal with a Morphling that's definitely one team fight win away from being completely out of control? They have to somehow find a way to manage the Morph.
And Spirit have some really dirty wards. Like even this one that Spirit have in the Aurora base, it's already lived half duration. Let's see, they might want to push forward a little bit. They know that the MKB is not yet out for Nightfall. Still about 2,000 gold away.
Collapse. Won't be able to do anything about that. At least gets the creep waves grabbed so can start getting the pressure on. We'll see the smoke coming in from Yatoro, Maposhka, and Rue.
They see Nightfall on another ward. They see him walking towards the left up top.
This would be a pretty painful death if Nightfall gets caught.
They are showing both Larl and Collapse on the map, so I'm not sure Nightfall can read this one.
Indeed, I don't think he's going to expect this coming in like this with the three-man smoke. They're going to have him. Nightfall, has he got any way out of this one? Nobody's here to help him. He's going to pop the meta, trying to help out. There's got the Solar Guardian, so we'll be able to turn and kill off Rue, but Nightfall will get the Sunder off. It is there. They'll take out Yatoro the once. Lyle's here to help Yatoro out for round 2. Can the three of Aurora survive? Panto certainly can't, gets destroyed by Yatoro. Now Nightfall has got nothing left to save himself. The Sonic Wave will come flying in, pushes back Yatoro, and Nightfall, he's gone. Yatoro can survive and can continue to look to clean up as he goes over towards Mira with the waveform. Kiyotaka trying to at least find Maposhka, but Maposhka's able to jump away. The Remnant does head up for the chains onto Kiyotaka, but he's able to quickly remove it with the Illusion Rune. Lyle's going to keep chasing Mira, but the blink is there, so Mira gets out. Kiyotaka, can he escape this? He's going to go for the TP, anything to stop it. The damage.
Holy damage.
Nearly did. And he'll get out. But as we saw, they were able to kill Yatoro the once, get the Aegis out of him. But after that, you know, and that to sort of have that situation, it did kind of rely on getting this clutch Sunder. But other than that, they couldn't get him a second time. And he can certainly get them. That's Nightfall dead for 40 seconds still.
Yeah, let's see what they want to try to do with this. Do they want to force something, as we'll see it again on the replay? I mean, the fact that Nightfall didn't just like kind of die from full to zero is already good for Aurora. Of course, you've got the Donald coming in, and he gets off the clutch Sunder while Yatoro tries to force himself in.
See back in action. Lyle looking for the dive. He's got the chains onto the two of them. Yatoro's in. They're looking for Panto. They've got him. He's out. No buyback available on the Oracle either. And look at this. Yatoro's going in up to under the tier 4s.
Donald.
There's a Solar Guardian coming in. Has he gone a little too far? He hasn't. He's able to force out. Yatoro's going to be fine. Gets away for the dive with the dive for now. Aurora. They'll be able to hold here. Spirit back off.
Kiyotaka still trying to hunt.
Has to jump in with the silence. Sora. Answer at the ready. Still has the BKB ready to pop as well if he gets pressured.
He had the Curse Crown on him and blinked on top of Yatoro and that got stunned. Kiyotaka, absolute maniac, but of course knows that Mira could bail him out.
Toro, he's ready to go again. Finds the regen rune. So fully refreshed here for the fight in terms of HP and mana.
Still no MKB on Nightfall. It's 200 gold off the Javelin, which would do the trick.
See what they can find here with this smoke. This might catch Aurora off guard. I mean, Aurora are kind of set up on the high ground, but there's the jump forward. They found Panto first, Spirit. Shrine of Wisdom's going to be theirs. Getting Toro very close to the level 25 here on the Morphling.
Yeah, he's really zooming away right now when it comes to both the net worth and the XP.
And do you think, with the Aegis gone, will Spirit sort of slow down the aggression a little bit, or do you think they can still go without the Aegis?
They can still go. Maybe. I don't think they want to force the high ground.
It's all right. He's going to get the BKB off. So the Guardian's coming in as well. They're bringing him down pretty low. They've got the control. Can they kill him? They can't. Yatoro's able to waveform out. He'll survive. Aurora, can they clean up anyone else in return? Collapses in on top of Nightfall. Nightfall needs help. He can't get anything off. He's dead for 80 seconds here on the Terrorblade. Aurora, they have to bail out of this fight fast. Toronto Tokyo's not going to get the chance as Lyle catches him. Lyle continues to dive in for more. They've found Kiyotaka. Panto comes in with the save. False promise is there. So Kiyotaka gets out, but that's Nightfall and Toronto Tokyo dead.
They try to go for the all-in on Yatoro, but I mean, Mipochka's around. First of all, he boxes Yatoro, gets off the Wheel of Wonder. I mean, Nightfall has a lot of damage, but no BKB to play around the Ringmaster.
Yeah, couldn't find a target to Sunder as well in his dying moments. Kiyotaka. He's trying to draw their attention away from the barracks. Yatoro's going to stick around and finish off the objectives. The rest of Spirit, they're ready to go over and deal with Kiyotaka. Tries to stop them from pushing by bringing them away, but ends up dying. Doesn't manage to save the barracks as Yatoro still gets them, and he's ready to potentially go for more. It's still a fair bit of time where there's 3 heroes dead on Aurora.
Even when Nightfall respawns, he's got no meta. He's useless. Sure, you disarm him. Yatoro does have the Manto. You're going to be threatened on Megas here if you don't use your buybacks. That's buyback number 1.
Okay. Gonna try and get the burst onto Collapse. So BKB back up in about 12 seconds, Collapse. And Spirit, they can chill out for a bit. 2 sets of racks taken. Buyback forced out. They're very, very happy with the state of the game, and it's just been a bit of a strange one, right, considering how close Aurora were in farm. Like, the whole game, they were like 3K, 2K behind. But what we're seeing play out now is definitely what you could feel before, right? That it was just one fight away from this morph cleaning up your base.
When they look for these fights, they need to be a little more clean. Like, either you come up with a plan where you're all in the Morphling, and I think you can. But if it looks hard or risky, then just look for a smoke around and kill the supports first. But now you've made a couple of mistakes. I would not be surprised if Aurora making the call, yo, we need this BKB on Nightfall for this final fight. Hopefully Roche respawn isn't super quick. I can sell my Falcon Blade and he'll have the BKB within like what? A minute. Maybe a minute and a half. Because they only have one more fight in them.
Yeah. Yeah, they really do. If they collapse in this sort of situation next time round, that's the base gone, the game over. Rue.
Got the catch.
He's able to find the setup on a Panto. Kiyotaka's going to try and jump in and help out, but he's just dead! I maybe felt that he could somehow fight back. I mean, sure, he killed Brew, but he doesn't have buyback. It's cooldown.
Whatever he was thinking, it was bad. That was not great.
They needed him to survive so they could have the chance for Nightfall to get the BKB so they could have one more fight. I don't know if they're going to get to have one more fight now. They've got no mid.
Yep, that's a 4v5 at best. And Yatoro, he got the Satanic, which means he had to drop the Vlads. So Mipochka's like, don't worry, brother. I'll get the Vlads for you. So just gearing up everything to make sure you're as strong as possible.
See if they can stop Yatoro.
Meta popped. Counter meta pop.
Use that for himself, Yatoro. Well, that's the Raxcom.
That's the Megas.
Onto the tier 4s as well, why not? Exorcism's up. Still over half a minute here without the quap. A Spirit looking to be on the verge of closing up this game 1. Aurora, if they got anything left to show. Trying with the jump in and the Solar Guardian. They're trying their best, but it's not going to be enough. Nightfall's just getting dealt with by Collapse. Sunder does come in. Collapse gets the BKB off. He's going to be able to dodge that as well as he gets out of the harm's way. As Yatoro, he's just cleaning up. They're ready to close this one up here. As Toronto Tokyo will put the BKB. Yatoro just killing them in the fountain, diving in.
He's farming them.
He's not going to get the ultra. Okay, well, he kills Panto. Can he survive long enough to get the rampage? Give him the rampage. Come on. He's not going to get a rampage today.
Just an ultra kill.
Just an ultra. A cheeky little ultra kill to end this one. But yeah, Team Spirit. Yatoro on the Morphling. They just couldn't stop him. Even in a game, as I said, for the most of the mid-game, Aurora, they... Thank you very much there, Nomad and Silent. And yeah, would you sort of agree with that then, Kazu, when you look at Spirit's lineup? Do you think this is a bit more stable? It's safer even than Game 1's?
I would say it's a little bit better than Game 1 also, because so Aurora had some trouble in Game 1, right? Where they couldn't really answer Spirit's 3-man ball with like the Ember and the 2 subs. I feel like Aurora might run into a similar problem. You've got the Quap with 2 very strong supports and the Dawn ult to like kind of follow onto SF. Like last game, the reason Aurora couldn't make many moves around mid was because of Ember. SF is not mobile to dodge Dawnbreaker moves, so I'm looking at Kyo Takayaki. He needs to put on a show, at least for me. Okay. Because otherwise, I think they're in some trouble, Owen.
Let's see what Geartaka can do this game. Had some struggles on his Queen of Pain last time towards the end, but yeah, maybe on the SF. We'll see him pop off a little bit harder here as Aurora do need him to do so to try and push this to a Game 3. Of course, they lose this game. That's going to be the end of the road for them here at Wallachia.
At least for now, Larl taking a lot of pressure.
Hello. Well, to be careful here. Kiyotaka does have a mango ready for extra raise play if he sees the chance. Well, level 2's been hit though. We'll see. So the bottom lane. What are we going to get down here? Is anyone any sort of threat? Can this sort of... Is this one of those Marcy lanes where we're going to see Marcy Centaur getting the chance to get kills?
You can pressure, but Bane is honestly one of the better 5s against this type of lane, because you need to be able to like defend yourself. You've got the Brain Stab, you've got the Sleep. Sven also, he can protect you with the stun and the Warcry. So when it comes to going up against Marcy lane, Spirit should be pretty happy.
Now mid. Well, dealing pretty well with the first few rounds of raises that Kiyotaka's been throwing his way.
We'll have to see if they can sneak in any of the moves later, as of course Shadow Fiend always very susceptible to some early rotations.
And do you think overall with the draft close up as well, keeping the Tiny on as the carry, does that look good this game for Aurora?
It's good. It's like one of the better carries when it comes to laning against the Dawnbreaker. You have multiple stops to the Starbreaker and everything. And Nightfall does play the Tiny very well.
As we saw down bottom there, a little bit of an attempt to make a move, but indeed the Nightmare pretty much puts a stop to the combo. So in the mid, again, you got to watch out here. It's a very high chance that one of these two does go down.
They are playing very aggressive on each other.
Yeah, lol, not fancying tanking some raises there.
Well, Kiyotaka, he's definitely going to go a little bit ahead here when it comes to the laning stage.
So we're seeing so far on the bottom lane, CS definitely not easy for Yatoro with the pressure that Toronto, Tokyo and Miro threatened him with.
Just a little block. I didn't see if he cancelled a salve with the block grenade or if he was just saying hello.
Oh.
Reason. It's Panto. Needing a little pause.
Oh, doesn't look like we're getting
he's fixing the chair.
Ah, okay, fixing the chair.
Might be the armrest.
Yep, you got him.
You gotta line that up with the table.
Yep. Fix mine.
Yeah, me too.
I'm good to go. Panto's good to go. Kiyotaka gets another set of tangos out here to deal with the dagger spam of Lal. Does have stick charges as well.
Oh, Lar will secure the flag there. So Water Rune coming up. Is any support making a move? Looks like Miposhka wants to at least help out Larl a little bit.
And Log gets another dagger in. Kiyotaka's going to fall pretty low. But indeed, with the raises, we'll make sure that he still gets the refuel.
Definitely good that he went for the top rune. So, of course, they communicated that Miposhka was likely heading towards the bottom.
Bottom. Another attempt here with the two of them to get in onto Yatoro. Nightmare will be there. Yatoro also gets the follow-up stun, trying to stand his ground against the two of them. I mean, Toronto Tokyo gets very low off the back of that.
Got the mango.
See if they can finish him off. Meanwhile, Lal does find the chance to get that first blood against Kiyotaka. Does eventually happen. Toronto Tokyo and Mira will both be fine. Mira actually thinking about making the aggressive jump back in, but yeah, brain saps up. So Miposhka will also get a kill down here.
Yeah, it's Spirit, like the small things, getting to outplay Aurora. In mid lane, you have the raindrop and the sticks. Lara barely got to win that 1v1. And Yatoro with the Lotus and stick could also man up down in the bottom lane. I was already afraid for Kiyotaka before the lane started. And now with Lara getting the first blood, him playing into the co-op with a good game and the Dawnbreaker ult later, could be a bit troublesome.
Off that sort of play that Aurora tried to make down bottom, not going too great. It's given the chance for Yatoro to very much settle things in terms of the CS.
They're diving bottom.
Yeah, they are trying for Yatoro.
Double edge.
It's not enough. They're going to try and keep chasing it, Toronto Tokyo, but yeah, Yatoro's out of there. Back in the mid. Lal does go down, and unfortunately for Kiyotaka, Lal does die before Kiyotaka dies. So at least Kiyotaka getting the XP on that. Bottom.
Still diving.
The dive continues. They will get Miposhka.
Okay, they will get the kill this time. Yatoro salving up. He is back
Toronto Tokyo's low. Yatoro get the stun onto him, but yeah, can't quite continue to finish that.
Good pressure from Aurora. Of course, Spirit are spending a lot of consumables as well to make sure they can live through it. Lots of salves and tangos.
Nice rune here for Kiyotaka. Amplified damage rune.
Miposhka, 850 gold already spent on the consumables. Well, it's something you have to do against this Marcy center lane. So much pressure coming your way. Toronto, I'm watching your CS. Only got 1 of the 4. Miposhka being a little bit annoying under the tower.
Bringing in the second support here, Panto. So yeah, it's the same to be said for Spirit.
Oh, as a cleave wakes him up.
I'm going to try and make the move.
Good stun.
So now to the two of them, Shackles as well. They're locking down Toronto Tokyo. They've got it. Sonic waving onto the three of them. Lal's in town. Turns up, cleans up the double. Panto's going to end up ticking down pretty low to the dagger. He has got a fairy fire. But that dagger's still going to hurt. Is that going to kill him?
Nope. He'll be fine. Unless he runs into Yatoro, who's maybe a second late. Good flame break.
Oh, yeah, good job from Panto to make sure he does keep that Shrine of Wisdom under their control. But
just perfect rotation.
Yeah, Lal.
Just comes in, cleans it up with the Sonic Wave. Mira's here. They were looking for the rebound Requiem. Don't think that would quite connect. Would need some very, very good timing. Need to rebound into the dispose during the channel.
And top lane. Look at the grab on Mira. Lal's heading over.
He needs a rebound target.
He's got Kiyotaka by his side. They're going to try and jump in and look for the Bane kill. It will cost Mira his life. Miposhka does die in return, so Mira, at least with the dying moves, sets up for Kiyotaka to find a kill.
Does get the illusion rune. It's very nice for him. Spirit, of course, likely waiting for Collapse to hit his level 6, and he is very, very close. So something else that Aurora will have to respect.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for them to make those aggressive plays with the Marcy once that Solar Guardian's hit.
And they need to be careful and clutch, because if you make a move bottom, there's a quick Quap TP and a Dawn ult always around the corner. So it could be good for Aurora to also try to just make moves on Collapse's lane.
But a setup, I mean, probably considering how close they are to being able to make an aggressive play with the Solar Guardian backup. They do have the 6 online here. God Strength at the ready. I'd say Yatora, I'll just focus on the farming for now. Lal. Sonic Wave's back up. Does have also Miposhka relatively close.
Spirit might just be saving all their spells for the 10-minute active rune. They are already bringing over Rue. Miposhka also getting some very deep wards out in the bottom half of the map. And you've got the Dawn ult available. So Aurora, they need to be talking about this 10-minute play right now. You know that the Dawn ult is available.
Yeah, they're bringing in both supports, trying to get some sort of grab. Top, they're looking for Collapse. Avalanche will catch onto him. With the lasso as well, locking him down. Collapse will put the 1 charges. It'll come in with the Starbreaker, but underneath the tower, they'll be able to continue the dive and kill him off. Same time around the mid, they were able to get in on top of Miposhka. Aurora getting a couple of kills, maybe see if they can even look for more. They get the jump in.
They can.
Lars going to try and help out. Sonic Wave to push back on the 2 of them. Mira, he opts for the TP out. He'll get away from this, so the Sonic Wave will not get them anything this time round, Spirit. Aurora getting those 2 quick kills, and Kiyotake with a haste rune, considering maybe chasing down Lal. Has to go straight for the TP out.
That would have been an incredible read if he just went for the double raids there. But Aurora, some really nice stuff on the map. They catch Collapse on top. He TP'd way too aggressive. So Aurora were just ready to make this move up top onto him, make sure that he can't ult into the mid while they were making a separate play there. And they succeed with both.
Yeah, good opening so far from Aurora, and they want to keep it going. Smoke comes in. They want to see if they can try and catch Yatora.
Should be able to. Mira is drawing the way around to catch him underneath the tower when he's farming the neutrals.
Well, they might just settle for Lal. There's the rebound in. Solar Guardian's coming in. It's going to keep Lal safe for now. Allows Lal to blink away, and now Spirit, they can look to turn as they collapse in onto Kiyotaka. And we'll see if they can chase down either of the supports on top of this. Panto Mira pretty speedy. Got further gap closed. Lal will have blink up in a second. Closes in onto Panto. Spirit, they'll be able to get the bat as well, and the stun's there in time. The shackles come out from Rue. They find Mira trying to TP out in the trees. Spirit, they take out the 3 of them. This time round, Solar Guardian's there, and it's enough to just turn around that entire attempt of them trying to blow up the Quap.
If they want to kill Larl there, you need to either Requiem or Lasso. They used neither after Mira rebounded in the SF. So a little bit strange as Miposhka gets a catch up top. But he's just poking on his own.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I guess they just felt that they could get the kill without using those big spells, but
I guess so, but
as you say, you can't really do that when there's a Dawnbreaker in the game.
yeah, I mean, look at it. Like you're not killing him like that. You have to
His Lasso was on cooldown.
You have to Requiem there.
They
Otherwise,
did have
no
the
way.
Requiem, yeah.
Because especially through the Dawn ult and the most perfect neutral item, the Sister's Shroud, which everyone hates, myself included, ain't no way you're killing my bro. Ain't no way.
More space for Yatora. After he doesn't get found as well by that play from Aurora.
Because, yeah, that allowed him to clean up 3 heroes. Nightfall wants to make a move towards the gate bottom as well.
They're going to try and go for Yatora again here. This time, Lasso's at the ready, but the Stampede, Yatora, he's gone. So if they can get anything more, they've got the Avalanche in onto Root. They'll find themselves a second Aurora. Panto maybe seeing if they can eye up Miposhka as well. Coming in from the side, Kiyotaka.
Rebound.
Closing the gap. They'll get him. Oh,
onto the high ground.
A little bit awkward with the dispose. Actually, throws him up to the high ground. He gets the Nightmare off, but 10 stacks off the sticky building up. Cannot escape the Bat Rider. Aurora strike back.
Doing some good stuff. Even just, you know, some of the smaller details. During the lasso, you pop the Stampede. You drag your Toro even further away from his team. Because, yeah, Dawn ult was not available. You bring everyone over, even Nightfall. 3k lead plus another tier 1 for them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Kiyotaka is going to swing back across mid, see if he can try and get Lal off the tower. Lal did manage to bring it pretty low. He's ready with the jump in. Rue's got the Hex. Serpent wants the Solar Guardian follow up as well, but there's the same. Mira brings him out to the side. Still though, the Sonic Wave connects. Mira tries to get him out of the Solar Guardian. Doesn't matter with the ult flying in for Lal.
That's kind of what I was a little afraid for, at least earlier. Of course, they did try to bail him out.
Yeah, I mean,
drop. Yeah, 2 heroes plus your tier 1 mid. Big deal, good play from Spirit.
very much seeming like anytime the Solar Guardian's up, Aurora have to, I guess ideally sort of try and find collapse.
Yeah, like you have to be careful because the Quap can just blink in and you Solar Guardian. That's like you're an SF. That's Pantos on Rue.
Lasso's up. And Rue tried his chance there of seeing if he could get the Shrine of Wisdom. He won't be able to.
Yeah. And he's in.
Lal. It's coming in with the Invis rune. Maposhka does have a Fiend's Grip as well ready to play. No Sonic Wave. But Mira looks pretty dead here. No drop the grip for this. Lal to get another kill here as he continues as the Queen of Pain with just the one death this game.
I mean, look at the towards that Spirit have in this area. From all the way earlier, on top of the triangle, even under the secret shop. So they do see a lot over here, which makes sense. When you play with Dawn, you want to be able to have control of the opposite side of the map from your Dawnbreaker. And yeah, for Aurora, Nightfall has yet to have really received any pressure in this game.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of space. A lot of space. A couple of times he's turned up to a fight, got himself a couple of kills. Other than that, going completely undisturbed. Closing in on the 12 and the S and Y. And it's going to be tough to take down. See? In the mid, Solar Guardian's coming in. Lal's going to be fine. Now the chase here from Spirit. Lal picks up another kill. It's just so hard to make these moves when Collapse is ready to join.
Yeah. I mean, they have to do it perfectly. Like, if you don't dispose the Quap directly on top of the SF, the kill is not happening. 1600 HP plus the Dawn ult.
Toronto could be in trouble.
Oh, he's in a
Torres
lot
on
of
top
trouble.
of him, and Lal's coming in with a rotation as well as Rue. Spirit likely to find another hit.
Uh-oh, they are striking back. Nightfall TPs will instantly cancel. And Nightfall likely telling his guys, yo, like, chill out a little bit.
Sure.
I've got a perfect game. Wait until I'm ready and we fight together. Because they did drop their, what, it was like a 4K lead just a moment ago.
I mean, that's true, because what you think if they bring Nightfall into the equation, they can sort of burst these kills before the, you know, to sort of outdo the saving potential from the Solar Guardian heal.
Yeah, because they are definitely, like, they are dropping some kills that are somewhat unnecessary.
Yeah.
And you just have to be careful because there's the Dawn ult and everything available. Ooh, this could be a big fight coming up. They're eyeing collapse, but Spirit are also around. They're already pre-smoked.
It's hard to get round to the Dawn. Spirit maybe seeing if anyone strays away from the rest of the team. They get the jump in onto Lal. Solar Guardians at the ready. Again, collapses in with a save. The Nightmare is theirs. This time, though, Lal will fall. Serpentwards have trapped Nightfall for now. Collapse comes back up with the Starbreaker hits, but Nightfall's able to break his way out of the wards and survive. The difference this time that they did have enough overwhelming damage to take out Lal, despite the save coming in with the Solar Guardian and the Nightmare, wasn't enough to keep him alive.
I mean, they definitely have a lot of spells and stuns to work with. Like, even if this Dawn ult comes out, if you still have an Avalanche, he drops into that. He can also drop in towards the Requiem. So, quickly back up to the 5k lead that they had earlier.
And Nightfall continues to be in prime position. At the smoke from Aurora, they know that they definitely want to go again here.
I feel like
especially when the Solar Guardian's not there.
I believe that smoke was under the Observer, so Spirit might know. Ooh.
Maposhka. Trees Lal's going to show himself. Opens up with the Sonic Wave straight away. Mira tries to take Panto back to safety. He actually sets up for the lasso on towards Maposhka, but Lal jumps in. Looking to finish Panto off. Will get the kill, but they've lost Maposhka.
Shield
One for one on the supports. Now they turn over towards Kitaka. He'll get the Requiem off before the Starbreaker stun lands, and now Collapse is in trouble. He'll pop the Essence Ring, try and pull himself away, but the damage is done. Kiyotaka gets the double.
Kayayasha coming in handy. Oh, they find Toronto.
Do they have the damage for him? I don't know if they could do anything about that Centaur right now. And now the Centaur's coming down. He's Yatoro though. Oh, they certainly can do something about it with the Sven turning up like that. Yatoro turns now over towards Kiyotaka. Has to be careful of the razors. They've got the shackles to hold him back. Yatoro's going to start healing off the neutrals. Tries to survive. He'll get one more stun on a Nightfall, but the toss is up. They try and find a fight spirit, bringing in the big old Sven, but Aurora still come out on top. Nightfall continues to reign supreme.
Comes in clutch to vacuum up the fight. Yeah, he's quite fat. That's a 13k net worth in 19 minutes.
Having an excellent time in Nightfall. Might even find something more here. The Solar Guardian does come in, and there is a grip at the ready. Is there any saving here for Nightfall? There is. Mirrors here, ready to take him out with a rebound. Stampede's there as well to ensure that Nightfall gets out of there. No chance for Spirit to chase. Nightfall will remain untouched this game.
Well, Nightfall is definitely set up to carry this one. He's got the Marcy behind him. Mira working on the Solar Crest. Will of course also have the Bodyguard later to work around with.
Dire are scanning.
Aurora. So it's going to be... Ah, they're fine on the supports.
They're fine.
It's a little risky, but no, they're good. Shard for Panther.
Let's see about the Roshan. 20 minutes in the game. Both teams have pretty okay Roche capabilities. Rue might be running into Nightfall.
Nightfall, and Nightfall is very, very scary. And Nightfall is not going to let anyone take this Shrine of Wisdom. I mean, Lars stepping up, but he's not going to be able to do much about a Tiny.
Nope, just poking a bit. Have to be careful, as Panto, of course, has to blink on the bat.
It's alright. Very much needing that BKB before the next fight. We did definitely see the potential still when he turns up with the God Strength to cut through even some of the tankier targets like Toronto Tokyo on the Centaur. But needs that BKB with the amount of stun and control that Aurora do have. See up top. Oh, get the setup onto Mira. It does cost them the two ultimates though, both the Serpent Wards and the Solar Guardian being used for that support kill. They'll at the least turn it into a tier 1 tower here by the looks of his Spirit. They'll bring Yatoro over.
And Aurora looking for somewhat of a trade. They are smoked up around mid. They got the Shadow Blade on Nightfall and the completed Aghanim on Kiyotaka.
It's a pretty good time for them to fight. They get the lasso on a Rue to start things. So Rue, he's going to get the back of Lal.
Oh, the Nightmare.
Jumps in for this one. Nightfall in on top of Yatoro. They've got the grip to hold back the Tiny, but Yatoro's having a run. Doesn't feel prepared to fight this. Maposhka and Collapse are going to get left behind as Maposhka falls. Collapse tries for the TP out, but the hoof stomps there into the Requiem. Aurora making these fights look very easy right now. And yeah, Spirit trying to fight there, but they didn't have the Serpent Wars, they didn't have the Solar Guardian. They get caught by Aurora and punished heavily.
Yeah, Spirit need more time. Without this BKB on Yatoro, not too easy for him to deal the damage. And gripping a Tiny...
Oh, that Nightfall.
He's fine.
Yeah, they had the sentry down, right? I think he saw him on the edge.
Sees him now.
Yep, so...
It's just not that easy to keep this Tiny locked down. He's got the SOI and, of course, also his innate.
We'll see again here. You know, this was Aurora coming over. I mean, Spirit, they just needed to let Rude die, really.
Yeah.
At this point, when Lyle's jumping in, it's getting very, very risky. I guess they didn't quite expect Nightfall to be as close as he was, but at the point that Nightfall turns up, you know, you can grip him, but you're never going to kill him right now unless Yatoro is ready to hit. And obviously, we saw that Yatoro very much making the call that he had to get out of there.
He needs, what, full grip and to fully attack it. Even if the Crimson Guard is out, maybe you don't even kill him. Because, yeah, the grip on the Tiny won't last too long. He's got the fast set, he's got the SOI, 3,500 HP on strength threads also.
Yeah, they need a lot to come out from Yatoro in terms of damage. Feels like he's got to get the Hurricane, not the Hurricane, the Harpoon into the Daedalus before he's got enough damage to really allow them to kill the Tiny, kill Nightfall. It's Nightfall. Another Roshan here. No contest here from Spirit for this one, so this will be a free Aegis here for Kiyotaka.
Aurora in absolute control of this game, doing very well.
Ooh, very close to maybe even getting the catch onto Yatoro, but he's out in time.
Yeah, for Spirit, if they want to look to strike back, they need time. You need Larl to start scaling. They're going to have to play around his Aghanim Scepter for sure. And Yatoro, I'm not too confident in his abilities right now until he gets like at least a Crystallis, maybe a full Daedalus.
Yeah, I think so.
So until then, it's all up to Aurora. Take over the map, shrink it down, build a better lead for yourself.
You should be able to get quite a bit with this Aegis. Coming in with the TP's top. Ready to make the blink play. See who they find. They'll find Root. The rest of Spirit, this time they'll get out of that. Best right now is Spirit in the position they are. If they could just let a support go down, but continue to have their cores finding space to farm. Sort of the best that they can make out of the rough situation they're in.
Nightfall's BKB is up soon. Would like to see him then get involved into some, like just closing down the map a bit for Spirit. Because he melts towers. 450 damage, he's got the shard. Toronto Tokyo also going for the Ags. Kind of like it, as Spirit rely a lot on clutching one guy out of the game. In a grip, have Yatoro whack away or doing like some shackles. Larl using all his spells. So you can put a stop to that. Spirit are under a huge observer ward for Aurora. So Aurora have full information of Spirit walking over. See, Spirit themselves.
Taking a fight here seems very risky. Into the Aegis.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Spirit, can they really find a way to make this work? Kiyotaka stepping up. It's got Shield Rune and Aegis on the SF. Nightfall get caught by a Hex. Yatoro's going to pop the gold strength. He's ready to go in. Looks towards Mirror. They'll be able to kill off the Marcy. Can they find anything more though, Spirit? They probably have to start backing off now as the BKB starts to wear off for Yatoro. So they do manage to get a hit, get a kill, and it will stop Aurora from pushing the tier 2 for now. So a little bit of a pushback there from Spirit.
I'm surprised that they all got out. Of course, it was expensive. They used God Strength and 1 or 2 BKBs. Just the 1, since they only have 1.
Definitely a move that shows Aurora that, you know, Spirit, they're not afraid to look for the fight. Get attack up. It's going to chase down Root.
He's got the haste.
And they've got the lasso on Alarm, but the grip's there. Can they save the Quap? Larl's going to be able to get the blade mail off and the blink. The surround key attack, but Toronto Tokyo's ready to take him out. The Sonic Wave will push back onto the 2 of them. But inside the car, he's able to get the Requiem off. Gets thrown over towards him here. Nightfall tossing the 2 of them over towards Yatoro. As they'll kill off the Sven, and now the fight, it's over for Spirit. They've got to bail out. As they lose 2.
Oh, we've got the Pawsy.
Oh, the Pawsarino.
Reason. As we see the cart from Toronto Tokyo.
Yeah, that was
taking Kyo Daddy for a little drive.
Looked fantastic with the toss and the Requiem and everything going off all together there. And yeah, just a great toss. You know, make sure that they all get on top of Yatoro.
I mean, just way too hard for Yatoro to fight back. He didn't have Gauss strength. He's kind of a glorified walking creep against these Aurora heroes.
What's happening here? And what is happening? Is anyone else going to die here, do you think?
Rue has blink in less than a second.
Okay, he should be fine.
Should be fine.
I think he should be able to blink.
Well, if they know he's there, maybe they can pop the sticky to deal some damage and cancel blink. Let's see.
Oh!
No, he's fine.
He's good.
So we still got the Aegis for a whole minute on the deck for Aurora. Nightfall chasing for more. It's time to pick up a tree, my brother.
There's the tier 2 in the mid mirror. Trying to get the push going, gets the fortification out of Spirit.
Like Mira's itemization as well. Don't need no blink. He's got the bat to initiate, he's got other heroes to initiate. You just go to Solar, into the Vlads for this massive tiny.
has fallen.
Ola will be able to steal the Shrine of Wisdom, but 70% on the other side of the map, of course, by Kiyotaka. Lal is going to take a lot of damage for this. Collapse is going to come in with the Solar Guardians to try and help Lal out. The lasso's there from Panto, but Panto will tick out. Nightfall pretty
Doesn't
low.
have
They've got the
BKB.
shackles. Further TPs are coming back in. If they can kill Nightfall, this is going to be a huge kill for
dead.
Spirit. They're going to get him. Collapse gets the double. Sonic Wave now over towards the SF. That's the Aegis out of his hands.
Toronto's war trapped.
He's trying to get out here with the car. He's going to look towards Collapse. They should be able to get Collapse in return here with the fear into Stomp. So something for Aurora, but all in all with the position Spirit are in, that's them managing to kill Nightfall for the first time this game.
Yeah, at least not too bad for Aurora that they get turn kills. But yeah, the most important part was kind of the discrepancy of net worth between Yotoro and Nightfall, which will now absolutely shrink.
It's getting some space here to catch up, Yotoro.
He's lacking damage. He really needs to get to this Crystallis, Daedalus timing.
Rue. He's got himself a grab here. Yotoro's ready to involve himself.
Yep, bonus kill.
See Maposhka maybe even seeing if he can catch anyone else out, whilst Aurora do have a few members dead.
Yeah, they're pushing back on the map a bit. They also have a good ward from the prior fight. It looks like Aurora will not give them another attack.
Spirit probably back off fully now that Nightfall's back in the game. Still very much have to respect the Tiny. It won't be easy for them to find another situation as they did earlier to take him down. Still very much a very tough kill. Both him and Kiyotaka, of course, with the amount of farm that Kiyotaka's managed to get online. Top 2 net worth right now. Kiyotaka, Nightfall.
Aurora should still be very, very happy with the state of the game. I mean, ideally for them, the way you just start a fight, you go in with the bat, you blink lasso some guy in, and even when the Dawn ult drops, Kiyotaka, he can just set up the Requiem. Collapse has no BKB, so if he drops into Pain, he's gonna die out to just random spells.
Sharp for Mira. Straight away with the smoke movement through the twin gate. Yotoro was in that area, but very quickly TP'd out. Headed over towards the much safer side here around the rest of the team.
They should know, but also Aurora, they were smoking through the gate, but because of this ward they have behind the tier 2.
Oh, they got eyes on Lal.
Uh-oh.
They're going to go for him. They get the setup. So they're
Oh,
going to
Nightmare.
defensive Nightmare. It's going to give him a chance to get out of this. And now with the jump forward, there's Lasso still on towards Ruben. Lal pushes them back with the Sonic Wave. The grip's there as well. They're locking Nightfall down. Nightfall's in trouble. Nightfall falls as Yotoro finishes off the kill. I mean, just great stuff all around there coming in from Maposhka between the Nightmare into the grip that he finds on towards him. And now maybe even more. The
Oh, he's
shackles
dead also.
catches Kiyotaka. Yotoro, he's just managed to clean up the 2 biggest kills on the map, gets the triple as well as he chases out Panto. Mira gets dealt with by the rest of Spirit. 4 dead on Aurora after they went looking for that fight. As Spirit, they turn it around massively. And Yotoro, I said, getting the 3 kills and 2 of those being Nightfall and Kiyotaka. He got so much money out of that he's now at the top.
This is why Maposhka is just a GOAT. Without that sleep, that fight is just straight up over. But then also, Panto lassoed the Rasta with no spells left, so Nightfall, he just gets whacked down from full to 0. Oh, that was a ginormous throw.
That was
Wow.
So much.
What a counterplay.
So much going to the Sven off the back of that cleanup. And as you say, off the plays of
Holy.
the team around him, the saves coming in from obviously the Solar Guardian, but yeah, the nice spell usage there from Maposhka. Nightmare first up, and he's sitting safe back in position, so if crossed the trees, can come in with the grip onto Nightfall, disabling throughout pretty much the entirety of the BKB, allowing them to do so much damage, and at this point, it's full panic mode for Aurora, and they end up losing 3 more heroes. A Spirit, they split the chase perfectly as well. Now Rue and Yotoro ready to deal with Kiyotaka. And Toronto Tokyo not able to head in and sort of take him out safely with the car. Back in action.
No way, again?
He's dead again! Oh no. He was having such a good time this game, Kezu, on the tiny Nightfall. It's falling apart.
They're going to lose the network fleet.
Toronto Tokyo's going to come in with a jump. Yatora's got the BKB though. He's ready to just look towards Mira. I mean, this is getting very awkward for Aurora.
And for Spirit, both.
I mean, they get Rue at the end, but
kills.
you know, the fact that Yatora gets to clean up yet another kill, he's still hanging around. Oh, okay.
Oh,
He might have got a bit too carried away there. Can he get bailed out by Miposhka and Lyle? He can by the looks of it. Yatora's going to be fine for now.
Yatora's dead.
They've got the grip on his... Okay, yeah, for now, the now did not last very long. Triple kill for Kiyotaka. Lyle, what can he clean up? With the nightmare from Miposhka over towards Toronto Tokyo. Kiyotaka here in the trees. Lyle.
What a standoff.
He knows he's out with the blink. Trying to chase him with a rebound. Lyle should be fine. Blink again in a second. That was Mira having to come in with the buyback. Yeah, Yatora definitely, he was in the moment then. He's like, I got this, we're going back in, and then, ends up dying at the end of it.
Okay, let's see. If you're Nightfall also, take time to take a breather, chill a bit.
Yeah, after that, I think both carriers need to sort of just, you know, reset themselves. Take a sort of a breath, take a break before they get back in on this one.
Well, luckily for them, their teammates are starting to get some big items also.
Yep.
Kiyotaka with the Refresher Roni. And you've got Toronto Tokyo with a full heart, so he's going to pick up the shard next.
Roshan's going to be up soon. Aurora in position. Would like to try and take this before Yatora's back on the map. Full heart on Toronto Tokyo.
See what Kiyotaka can do. He's also got the Whisper of the Dread, lots of spell amp.
Oh, here's the smoke. Illusion spawning out loud, sets up for them to get the lasso. Red Crypt's coming as well. Solar Guardian's there though. Collapse comes in, the two of them will get pushed back. Nightfall pots the BKB, the rebound comes in, they're locking down loud. They've killed off the Quap, they've killed off the Dawn. Aurora get back on track to finding these big kills. Pando's trying to chase on for more. The rest of Aurora onto Miposhka. They get to dispose into the kill as the Bane falls. Rue's able to get the blink out in time thanks to the protection of the Gale Guard.
Should be fine.
I mean, this game is getting pretty crazy. 32-32, but off the back of that, Aurora definitely getting back to sort of the position they had before with this 8K lead.
Gonna get the lead again and an Aegis on their hands as Roche is slowly moving to the top half.
Super fast time in this game as we saw there with a refresher. Ready to make sure he had that Requiem good to go. And into the pit they are, Aurora. Now, does Rue want to go for a steal?
I doubt it.
No.
This is a rough one.
Doesn't look like he's heading over that way for any crazy places to Shaman. So Aurora will get the Roshan. And just on Nightfall. Aurora's definitely likely to see what they can do up towards the high ground. So still tier 2s up on the two side lanes.
I mean, Aurora they could look for an easier or more clean path. All you need is have a blink lasso.
I mean, look at that. That was
4 step back. Yeah, the roller coaster.
A little bit of a bump back where, you know, Spirit were able to make that great move where they kind of clean things up and get Nightfall a second time, but just bam, just like that, Aurora get the game back into the position it pretty much was before.
Yeah, 25 talent for Yatoro, so of course a way longer stun. It's going to allow him to deal a lot more damage also.
And surely Spirit, they're not going to want to fight into this Nightfall Aegis, surely.
Nah, they need like a really... Like, you cannot just fight straight up with no plan. You need to either try to force Aurora to like split up or find like a chaotic fight.
Oh, that's a good one there. It's got the Pyrrhic Cloak on Nightfall. You got to be careful how you just go all out on him if he's able to...
Even just with the cleave, right?
Get someone on that.
Yatoro has to be careful.
Could very much end up killing one of your teammates.
Oh, we've got a very big Solar Guardian, of course, from Collapse. Looks like we're getting a Aeon disc for Lara. Just wants to make sure he's survivable throughout the fight.
Yeah, it's very much the initiation for Spirit. Ideally for Spirit, they have kind of Lyle go in, Aurora throw the spells down on him so that Yatoro has a free entry into the fight.
Looking for smoke. Of course, eyes on pretty much Kiyotaka and Panta with the lasso.
Collapse, of course, would be a huge grab here for Aurora if they can take out the Dawnbreaker.
He's got no BKB either.
Panto's going to see if he can find him. Over the edge of the trees, Collapse tries to swing away. They get the jump, they're in with the burst. That's Collapse in trouble. Nightfall and Kiyotaka able to clean him up. Yatoro is committed into the fight here with the BKB and the God Strength. That's Nightfall gone the once. See if they can do it a second time. No Dawnbreaker. Do they want to try for this? They've got the Serpent trap, but he's able to break his way out of it there with
Harpoon
a
toss,
Harpoon.
Blink.
Can they go in after the BKB? The Shackle's there on the Wars Toronto Tokyo. Yatoro, he's able to jump the backlines. He's in straight away, but the Avalanche comes in. They're going to take them up towards. He's on the cliff. He's going to get pushed down, though, by the Sonic Wave. No, they're completely controlling Yatoro, though, as he's out for 100. Can they get kills without their Sven? I don't think they can. Lal will fall. Kiyotaka heals up on the back of the Requiem. The buyback now comes in. Brew, he's on the cliff now. Avalanche holds him back from being able to lock anyone down with the shackles. Aurora, if they could just back away from this, it's a huge win for them, as that is Yatoro's buyback expended.
Yeah, they can just walk it off. I mean, Yatoro, once his BKB is over, it's not that easy to go about the fight. You've got the Requiems, Hoofstorms, random Avalanches coming around. I mean, Lar was close to having that A on disc, but without it, just dies ever so quickly.
I mean, it's just a massive team fight win for Aurora, and a decent lead now for sure. 18k advantage, and with that ticket to the win, really, if they can kill Yatoro once more in this next 7 minutes.
I mean, if they catch him out of position, he's gone. Lasso into a Requiem, you've got tons of bonus stuns and follow-up stuns.
Hex as well now on Kiyotaka. There's so many different ways that Aurora can start the fight with their jump stuns.
And Aurora still have some very good wards outside of the Spirit map, or rather Spirit's base.
Yeah, Aurora outside that little sort of 2-3 minute period where there was a bit of a hiccup, and Spirit were able to take quite a few kills from them. Very much have been in control of this game, Aurora. As I say, now with this buyback on cooldown for Yatoro, a very fragile state of the game for Spirit.
Wouldn't be surprised if Aurora looked for a move on him, because of course you know that that's an absolute clear win condition. You can just have your own buybacks, try to play for a fight where all you do is just get Yatoro out of the fight.
Picking up everything he can, of course. He's got the Basher now as well, so obviously a little bit of a chance to get some sort of interrupt if he's on top of Kiyotaka, and Kiyotaka tries for the BKB Requiem.
Going for smoke.
I mean, I guess they feel they've got to go for the crazy plays here. Try and catch Aurora with something that they least expect.
I don't mind it when you're in this type of position.
Yep. Go for these sort of risky moves that Aurora might not be prepared for. I mean, you see, obviously, at the moment, Aurora are very split up because they don't expect Spirit to sort of take this risk whilst Yatoro's buyback's on cooldown. A fine mirror. God Strength comes out. I'll get the quick kill. Can they turn it into more? Certainly would love to here on Spirit with the God Strength committed. But it's not going to be easy to find anyone else there, as Aurora will sit back. Even so, getting that, just put the one kill like that means there's going to be 100 seconds of the 5 minutes that Yatoro doesn't have buyback, in which Aurora aren't going to be able to mount together a 5-man move. So even just these one sort of solo pickoffs do give a bit of freedom in just waiting for the buyback to come back off cooldown for Yatoro.
Let's see what Aurora want to do, because it will still leave them with like a 3-minute-ish window. Of course, to try and make a move going, and they're already going for the smoke now. They want to intercept them after this Tormentor.
Dire are scanning.
Collapse very close to having the BKB. And Poshka halfway.
Oh, they're trailing Yatoro. Close.
It's very close here. So the Guardian's coming in from Collapse. They're going to try and make some sort of fight happen here, but of course Yatoro does not have the God Strength, so he might not be too interested in getting involved. He's going to try. He's in with the jump on a Nightfall. He's tried his best to beat into Nightfall, but Nightfall's far too tanky. Both supports coming in with the buybacks there, Mirror and Root. Also going to have the one coming in from Panto. Kiyotaka's got the setup. He's in with the Hex Requiem. It's enough. Yatoro now gone for 2 minutes, and Kiyotaka is ready to go for round 2. Pots the refresher, jumps in with the Razor on him. Aposhka, Nightfall there to finish off the job. 2 minutes without the carry here for Spirit. Kiyotaka finding that angle. I mean, that was a risky one for Spirit to try and take. You know, they didn't have the God Strength on Yatoro. He tried to find a way into the fight, but without the God Strength, he just doesn't have the damage. They're in with the dive. The buyback comes in from Aposhka. Nightfall beating into the tower. The fortification comes out. 90 seconds still without Yatoro.
Larl has very annoying poke. Panto's
going to be able to get the grab there. Spirit, how well can they hold here? 4 versus 5. Jumping from Nightfall, he gets the catch on the walls. Collapse. BKB's there in time, but the lasso locks him down. Collapse dragged away from the rest of the team. He's going to Solar Guardian his way back up to the high ground, though. Collapse escapes. Kiyotaka, and with the Hex on him, Aposhka did buy back for this. Has to be careful with his life. He'll live for now. Next round of the creep waves is coming in.
Dodging the dagger.
Just under a minute now until Yatoro is back.
Aurora not able to find one clear go at the moment. Spirit doing really well holding.
The 4v5 is definitely slowing Aurora down. Lali's in. Sleep set up onto Toronto, Tokyo. How much more can they play? And then they get the Hex in on towards the Lal. Nightfall's in with the dive, jumps forward, they burst through Aposhka. Lal will get the BKB off and the push back with the Sonic Wave on the Nightfall. Toronto, Tokyo ready to take him out of there. Aurora, they get the barracks. 20 seconds until Yatoro's back in. Mira caught by the silence. They're able to finish off him. The BKB Requiem in off the Eel Disc is there. Lal's going to be fine. Kiyotaka's TP out, but they've got the Hex at the ready. The Shackles as well. Kiyotaka, he needs some sort of help. Nightfall will jump in. The Starbreaker comes forward. The Solar Guardian's going to get put to a stop there as they catch Collapse with the stun. Yatoro's going to be back up,
he catches the TP.
but there's 3 of them dead. Still, it's going to be enough with him to cut Nightfall down as he tries to run down the mid on his escape. Spirit, it's a little messy, but they hold.
It's great. I want to see some damage numbers on my boy Larl. 70,000. Guys, Quap late game is nasty. They cannot underestimate my brother here.
Spirit. See what they can get here. Yatoro and Lal up on the map. He did have to use it was 2 diebacks there. From Spirit to keep that defense going. 2 buybacks as well from Aurora on the offensive. I mean, at this point, Spirit just did an excellent job of not letting Aurora back off. They get Mira. Kiyotaka tries to go for this play, but already so much of the duration of the BKB is up there. He has to cancel the TP himself because he knows the BKB is going to wear off and wouldn't allow him to get out.
The Nightfall also goes back in.
Yeah, he's already just solo HP, and even though they stopped the Solar Guardian, at this point, they just, and collapse that final swing, as you say, stopping the Nightfall TP, making sure that Yatoro, when he's back up, gets the chance to get a very big kill. Aurora still with the advantage, 15k up, but Spirit showing that they, as we know, do not go down without a fight.
I mean, they're all also from this one fight finished off an entire Octarine core. So it's getting very, very close.
Full Abyssal now done on Yatoro, so has that extra solid lockdown to deal with these BKBs.
And all the, like, Quap's talents also, you know, like the 26, 27, like the later ones you get, they're also very strong. All the Scream of Pain, whatever you have coming through. It's really not a joke. He's got a Refresher Shard also, so double A on disc, double BKB. Aurora gonna have to rethink a little bit about how they want to go about the fights.
Still these tier 2s up on both of the side lanes for Team Spirit, so Aurora, they couldn't really, there wasn't anything more to get for them there after they took down that mid set of barracks.
CS Collapse is also working on his own basher into the Abyssal Blade. With the 25 talent, he already has very low cooldowns. You need to remember also his facet, and then being able to get some bashes off into Kiyotaka and Nightfall. It's going to be very crucial, as they're going to have 2 of them.
Smoke out here from Panto. Aurora. Are they ready to go out on the hunt once more? Eyeing up the map, maybe seeing what shows from Spirit's side of things. Vittorio will reveal himself top.
I hope Aurora aren't like too shaken by what has happened. They're still very, very strong.
I mean, a key attacker can get in with the sort of double Requiem plays. Gets a double set of the hexes. His initiation is still very hard to stop as long as Yatoro's not able to close in on him. Yatoro is definitely the biggest problem right now for Key Attacker if Key Attacker's trying to play with these BKB Requiems to start the fights.
Yeah, because either of the supports still just die to Kiyotaka alone.
Well, he's going to jump in, get caught by the Hex. Just sort of seeing what he could tease out from them.
They did poke his Aeon Disc, so that's a good window for Aurora. If they do want to try and do something. Mean Aegis on Sven, sure, it's good. But I would believe that Aurora already kind of want to kill his team anyway.
Here's the smoke from Aurora. They've got eyes on Yatoro. Do they want to try and deal with him the twice, get that Aegis out of him?
I think they could. He's kind of
Oh, but he actually jumps on them! Panto was going to look for the lasso, but he actually ended up initiating him himself. He has the backup of the Solar Guardian. They come in with the Starbreaker. They're trying to take him out of the side, but now Panto's in trouble. Has to back up with the BKB. Nightfall turns towards the Fear, pushing back Yatoro. Yatoro will survive. First hit bash as he turns over towards Toronto Tokyo. As Toronto Tokyo did try to save Panto. Panto still ends up going down. Yatoro heals back up to full HP. Jump for Lyle. Toronto Tokyo's gone. Nightfall pulling in Yatoro, but the Solar Guardian's here, ready again. Yatoro is perfectly fine. Mira has to try and run. The hammer's out for him to collapse, but Mira's able to rebound away. Toronto Tokyo catch the two of them with Whoostomp. Gives space for Nightfall to back off there. Coming in with the buyback to ensure that that Whoostomp was there to give Nightfall the space to escape.
That was very important because he was gonna die without buyback. Without Toronto's buyback into the Hoofstomp there. They at least made Spirit use the Refresher Shard.
They did.
That was 2 rounds of spells from Collapse in that fight.
They have to be very careful about... Oh! Mira. Can he get out of this one? He's going to be able to jump over towards Key Attacker, go straight for the TP out, but the damage is too high from Larl. Mira's out now for a minute and a half.
Okay. Larl is starting to pop. His cooldowns are so incredibly low.
That collapse. Pretty much get that Abyssal Blade for himself. We'll see if teams are going to consider the buyback goal. No, not for now. He's going to put himself 700 short, but should be able to farm that up. The rest of the lineup do have the money for buyback. Maposhka's just about to come back off cooldown. And obviously for Aurora, the one that does stand out for now is Toronto Tokyo's, but indeed, as we saw, very much necessary in that last play. See if Spirit can force anything out of Aurora. Still 50 seconds without Mira. Serpent Wards are down. Still need to bring in that bottom lane to deal with the tier 2. We'll see the smoke up from the two of them, Yatoro and Maposhka.
Kiyotaka still 1 minute cooldown on the Refresher.
Okay.
I mean, I know that Aurora are up, but this round of items that Spirit are finishing are huge. Like this Abyssal into the Nullifier. Larl is queuing up the Refresher. And Yatoro's got the Swift Blink and soon his 30 talent, which is even more damage.
Yeah, I mean, the damage gets ridiculous then, the plus 50%.
Because for Aurora, I think that like kind of their power level, it's not really changing. Like they've had the Refresher on the SF for a while. Nightfall has been full slotted as well. For them, it's more about the execution of the fight. Can they get a good lasso into a Requiem? I mean, they need to split the fight a bit more.
They have got the lassos and the tossbacks, right? Yeah. So the high ground push against them can be pretty risky. Talking about the lassos, though, Panto's going to get caught. Dead for 90 seconds, no buyback. Key Attacker's got to be careful how close he plays. I mean, Rue is nearly on top of him there. 52 minutes in, 42 to 42. Only a 3k gold difference, which at this stage of the game is absolutely nothing. You can see on the win probability there as well, pretty much 50-50 at this point, which you don't often see here this deep into the game.
Yeah, Nightfall wants a Refresher of his own. I'm just starting to think that all of the Aurora cores, they really rely on team fighting within their BKBs, but you're doing that into Solar Guardian, into Sonic Wave, and 2 cores that are playing with Abyssal Blade, and a grip with an Aghanim.
I mean, that's you got to watch out for these grips.
Yeah.
And Miposhka, he will find the position to get these off successfully.
Yeah. I think Aurora's best bet is to try and turn the fight into something chaotic. Have Kiyotaka try to go on the supports, maybe? While you lasso someone else and like kind of force the attention with the Solar Guardian onto the bat.
I mean, exactly. You want the Solar Guardian gone, you want the God Strength gone.
Yeah.
If you can get those out of them, kite those out. Aurora obviously can fight around their lower cooldowns, especially in terms of their carry itself. And Nightfall does not have any sort of long cooldowns other than the BKB that he cares about for the team fights.
And of course, it would be great if they could clutch out Larl out of the game, but I don't see them killing this Quap through the A on this BKB and the Solar Guardian.
He's just that far ahead and very close to being able to pick up the refresh and still have the buyback gold available on top of it. As indeed, as you can see, so the buyback situation much cleaner for Spirit. All buybacks available.
I mean, the best thing Aurora could ask for is to try and run a smoke onto the lane that Collapse will be on. So he'll have to be aware of that, because that is by far Aurora's best bet.
Amplified damage ring at the ready. Saving it for Yatora, but it's a bait! Toronto Tokyo's in with the jump, and he's going to get caught by the grip. See who baited who here. Solar Guardian comes in, puts the stop to the first attempt at the BKB Requiem. Kiyotaka has to back out of the fight. Yatora, he's in on top of Nightfall. Nightfall's trying to run. The lasso's there from Panto to control Yatora for now. Collapse just destroys Kiyotaka. Kiyotaka, no, he gets the Hex off. The Hex into the Requiem at the final moments. Kiyotaka will take out Collapse here with the help of Toronto Tokyo. Yatora and Lyle will look to chase up forward though. Nightfall's still in trouble. Caught by the storm out of a stun. He's out for 100 seconds. They'll continue to try and play around with Toronto Tokyo.
Oh, good save.
Takes him out to the side. Lyle's ready with a refresh. It goes in again. Yatora cuts Mirror down here. Lyle, Sonic Wave thrown into the trees. He'll kill off Panto.
Nightfall, you sure about
the
this?
Kill, gets the BKB off, ready to jump over to help out. As they get the Abyssal down on towards the Tiny. Hex is there into the Who Stomp. Toronto Tokyo and Kiyotaka trying to do their best to control him. Toronto Tokyo looking to take Nightfall out of there. Yatora standing his ground against the Centaur. The damage is done. Toronto Tokyo is out for 2 minutes. No buyback on him. Spirit, they'll dive on forward into the base, clean up Nightfall.
I just think that they're all dead before buyback.
The game should be over. 5 heroes dead. No buybacks. It is. GG is called. Spirit take this game, and with that, the series 2-0. They just seem to power up. They get a little bit behind. Then it's over. Then just power up, Kezu.
Aurora gonna kick themselves for that high ground defense, but this is what makes Team Spirit.